Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I kind of just wanted to have a conversation with you guys. Yes, Fiend. Yes, Fiend. Okay, thank you for the kisses, love. Thank you for the kisses, love. But yeah, I basically had a situation happen today at the dog park. And Fiend. Can I do my video? Okay, she just wants love and attention. She's such a big baby. Go lay down. Sit. Sit. Sit, girl. Sit. Good girl. Thank you. But yeah, basically, like I was saying, I had a situation happen at the dog park today. I don't know if my dog's gonna let me succeed and do this video. She's just all up on me. But yeah, anyway, back on topic, back what I was saying. Essentially, me, Miles, and Phoenix went to the dog park today, and we had a situation that happened, and I kind of just wanted to like talk about it because I don't know if I'm the only one that this has happened to. I don't know if maybe you guys feel the same way, and I just wanted to like put this out there. But also, before I jump into what happened and like the story time of it, I just want to say a disclaimer that me talking about this in no way, shape, or form is me trying to say someone is raising or handling their dog the wrong way. Two, I'm not trying to like give the wrong or right way of how to do things or how to be around your dogs. I'm just basically here telling you guys my story, telling you guys what happened with my dogs, telling you guys like how it made me feel personally, and like these are all my personal thoughts, my personal opinions. Like please do not from this like try to attack anyone or attack anyone else when it comes to their dogs, because like being a dog owner is a journey. It really is. Every day you learn new things about your dog. Every day there are obstacles that you face, and you have to figure out like how you're going to basically adjust and work around those obstacles, because they're dogs. They cannot communicate with you in the ways that we communicate to each other as humans. So like you have to figure out what they are trying to say to you. And so I'm not trying to like belittle anyone's dog situation, because coming from a dog owner myself, I have had times where I am not so great at being a dog owner because I'm just not listening or understanding my dog correctly. But anyway, back on track. I just wanted to say that, get that out there, so people don't think I'm like attacking or like belittling anyone or anyone's dog choices. But so I went to the dog park today, like I was saying, and basically there was this guy there with his dog, and I think this guy was just like very heavily big on like training with his dog, which is great. I support training your dogs. I support like, you know, doing whatever you want to do to grow that relationship, grow that bond, to grow that understanding with your dog. That's not the problem. The issue is that when my dogs were playing with his dogs, he got mad that my dogs play rough. And so he saw it as my dogs being territorial and aggressive, when they were not being territorial or aggressive. They just play rough. Like, they're two dogs, they live with each other, they're with each other all the time, and they just have different playing tendencies than a dog that doesn't live with another dog. And so basically what happened was, we get there, we're at the dog park, Miles and Phoenix are running around, they're playing with all types of dogs, and then this guy comes with his dog. So he gets to the park. I think he was trying to like do some like training like tactics with his dog or whatever, I don't know, but he was like practicing like sit and like stay and all of those things, which, you know, whatever. And so my dogs actually like ran up to his dogs originally, and they were like sniffing his dog, and like you know, his dog was sniffing them, and I even originally was like trying to call them away, because I know like two dogs, like if two people ran up to me, I would be very overwhelmed. So I was like wanting to like pull my dogs away, because it's like, you know, two dogs running up to another dog, that might be overwhelming. And he was like, no, it's okay, it's fine. Like, they were just sniffing each other, everything was good. And so later, when they are playing with each other, my dogs bark when they play. That's their way of talking to each other. That's their way of communicating when they're playing. They bow, they run about, they growl, they do all of those things when they play. And so I, as a dog owner, monitor that, and I monitor them. And I know the difference between their barking playing and their barking aggression. Because like, if they're barking and their tails are wagging, I know this is, hey friend, let's play, I'm trying to get your attention, chase after me, not, hey, I'm trying to aggress you. Whereas I know there are times with Phoenix, when she doesn't like a dog, she will growl and bark and run away, and her tail is tucked, and that's her way of saying like, hey, I don't like you, I don't want to play with you, please keep away from me, stay away from me. And so like, I read their body languages, I watch them, I make sure that in a situation with another dog that they aren't usually with, that it's remaining playful. And so this guy took them as barking and as like, you know, jumping about and growling and rolling around with his dog as like aggression, and he started attacking me. And I was just like, what? Like, what is going on? Like, he basically started yelling at me about how my dogs, like I said, were being aggressive, being territorial, how he was going to report my dogs, how he was like they don't need to be here, like my dog is trained, and my dog doesn't play like that. And it's like, that is all fine and dandy, sir. Like, if your dog doesn't play like that and your dog is trained, that is completely fine. But don't threaten to report my dogs just because you don't like or understand how they play. Just because it's different than how your dogs play, especially if we're at a public dog park. Like, sir, like, there was no yelping, there was no, like, your dog originally too, I forgot to say this, but like, thank you. But like, when this whole situation happened that he started like yelling at me, his dog ran up to my dogs, and it wasn't even the first time his dog had ran up to my dogs. It was like the second or third time. So it's like, your dog's not going to keep putting themselves in a situation if they're being like attacked or aggressed like badly. They're not going to do that. Like, they will yelp, they will give you signs of like fear that I don't want to be near these dogs, and they will stay away, said dogs. But if your dog continues to run up to my dog, they are trying to play with my dog, and just because my dog plays rougher than your dog, then keep them away. And so I told him that. I was like, hey, like, just keep your dogs away from my dog, that's fine. And he was like, it's a public dog park, like, you can't do that. And I was just like, sir, you don't know how many times, like, I really sit, thank you. I really believe that this guy just hadn't come to a lot of dog parks or hadn't been at dog parks a lot. Like, I don't want to make any assumptions about him or anything like that, but just the way he was talking just kind of gave off that vibe. Because like, when he was trying to say like, it's a public dog park, I can't keep my dog away from your dog. It's like, people do that all the time at dog parks. Like, you study your dogs. If your dogs aren't gelling well with another dog, then you make sure that you keep those dogs apart. And it's like a communication between the dog owners. Like, if I notice that Phoenix is just not really happy or not really like wanting to play with a certain dog, I make sure to call her to the other side of the dog park. I make sure to keep her away, and then the other dog owner picks up on that, and they will be like, oh, hey, so and so, like Carter or whatever their dog's name is, come here. And we're like actively together trying to keep dogs away from each other. At least that's the way I've done things, or I've seen things being done at dog parks. Because Essentially, when you take your dog to the dog park, they are your responsibility. Like when you take a dog and you are like caring for a dog, especially when you bring them to public spaces, they are your responsibility. She just wants to play. Anytime I sit on the floor, she just wants to play. Feeny. Okay, thank you. But yeah, like they are your responsibility. You need to watch them. You need to make sure that like the dogs they're interacting with, that it's a good interaction, that it's not. But it should never get to a point where you're yelling or being rude or aggressing another dog owner, or even threatening to report another dog owner's dogs. Like that's the biggest thing. Like, do not threaten to report other people's dogs in a situation that does not need to be reported. Because when it comes to dogs, if you lie on my dog and my dog gets taken, there's nothing I can do about that besides like try my hardest to fight against it. But still, like, you're putting my dog in a situation they don't need to be in over something that you're just unhappy with. And that is so wrong, because they are so helpless in those situations. And it made me so mad that this guy just wanted to basically go to the point of like trying to report someone's dog over just a situation that didn't make him happy. And like he even tried to bring in other people in the situation, and no one else even commented. They were just like, we're not trying to get involved, bro. Like we don't want to be involved in your like disagreement with her, because first and foremost, the way you're talking to her was very dickish. And then secondly, like now, like there was a lady there, and he was trying to say that my dogs were aggressing this lady's dog, and the lady was just standing there just like. And then afterwards, like, she said something to him. I don't know what she said. I think she's just one of those people that doesn't like to be in like situations with people, you know, like you don't really like to be in altercations, stuff like that. But yeah, she basically was just like standing over there silent, just watching, just like And then after he finished talking to me, she said something to him, I don't know what, but then he left. And I was like, thank God, like, thank you, Lord, because I was heated. I was so heated, and I had to sit down and take a breather before I could even like do anything. Because don't threaten people's dogs. That's not right. That is not okay. I don't know if any of you guys have like had situations with dogs that have been like taken away or have had to go to like essentially doggy jail, but I had a small German Shepherd, like a German Shepherd mix, when I was little, and so basically what had happened was he nipped at me. It was like I was really young. I put my face where I shouldn't have. When he was eating, he had a bit of food aggression, and he nipped me in the nose. It wasn't like super bad, but my mom did like take me to the hospital because like it was bleeding a lot. She wanted to make sure that it was okay. And so like when of course the medics asked what happened, she of course told the truth and said, you know, like he nipped her in the nose. And so my dog had to go away to essentially doggy jail for this. And so he spent like, I think it was like 2 weeks to a month basically in a cell away from us. Like we could only go visit him, and that's all we could do, all because like he nipped me. And I know some people might be like, oh, you know, like that's not that bad, but like for him, being a dog that was like our dog, that was inside dog, that was with us all the time, he didn't understand what had happened. Like he was taken, he was now put in this cell, he was sad, he was depressed, and like all of this happened because he nipped me. And like, yes, it was like necessary like for the instance, but it still was traumatizing to him. And so that's why I just take the whole threatening of like reporting dogs so seriously, because I went through that situation, and both of my dogs are rescues. Like Miles, he was left in an apartment, and he got to a shelter. He actually was taken to the back and was going to be euthanized, but they brought him back up and gave him another chance, and that's when Hayden got him. And then Phoenix, we actually don't really know much about her story, but the way she is and the way she like is so clingy with people, we really believe that it was a situation where she was probably left too. And so like it just hurts my heart so much to even think about a situation where it's out of my control and they're being taken away from me. It just really hurts me, because they're my kids, you know, like they're so much more than dogs. They are my babies. And so like, yeah, I'm so glad that he left. I'm so glad that he like walked away, because do not mess with me when it comes to my kids. Do not mess with me when it comes to my kids. But yeah, I just wanted to come and talk to you guys about it, because I feel like, you know, sometimes you just need to talk things out. Like, you just need to get things off your chest and just like get it out. And like I came home and I wanted to like read some articles and stuff about dogs and like play fighting and stuff like that, just so I could educate myself and make myself more aware of situations, just so in those instances I have enough knowledge and like know-how to know what's going on and like what to watch for and what to see. These are definitely things that like, if you don't like it, you can train it out of your dog. Okay? Every dog is different. Every dog has different circumstances. So you shouldn't like, just because your dog is trained a certain way, be mad at other dogs when they're just being dogs. Like, we domesticated dogs, and if they're playing and having a good time and it's just not to your liking, that is not for you to look down on another dog. But yeah, anyway, like I was reading this article, and basically these scientists were like talking about how dogs rough play. And so they were basically saying that dogs tend to rough play, and they continue to rough play with each other as a way of developing friendships. And so one part says, our research shows that for many dogs, play fighting is the primary method used to negotiate real relationships and develop lasting friendships. Although play is fun, it also offers serious opportunities to communicate with another dog. In this sense, play is a kind of language. Thus, when we regularly break up what we consider inappropriate play, we are doing our dogs a disservice or confusing them by constantly butting into their private conversations. But most importantly, like, how can we tell the difference? And so basically this article, I'll link it down below if you guys want to like read it or anything. But it's basically called like, is your dog's rough play appropriate? And it touches on like how dogs rough play. It touches on how dogs communicate through their play, and it touches on like how there are even dogs in studies that have shown that they will growl and like show their teeth to each other, but in reality they're still playing, and we as humans, we see that and think that's fighting. But like, when you stop them, they immediately calm and they immediately go back to normal, because like just how we are as humans, where we like make funny faces and make silly faces and like do different things with each other. That's how dogs are the same way. They can, you know, growl and curl their lip and this and that, and they have ways of telling each other that this is play. You know, one thing that my dogs do that I didn't even learn about until I had 2 dogs that played rough was that they will sneeze when they're fighting, and that's their way of telling each other, I'm just kidding. So like it's basically like saying something rude to someone else and then saying JK. Like that's how they play. So when they're like going at each other but like sneezing in between, they're just saying like, this is play, this is play, this is play, and reassuring each other that this isn't me being aggressive to you, I'm just playing. And so just things like that are things that I've learned from being a dog owner, and like learning more about dogs and like reading articles and like trying to like understand my dog, because that's essentially what you're doing. You're in constant time of being a dog owner. It's just growing and learning and adjusting with them. But yeah, like I said, I'll link that article down below so you guys can like read it and take a look at it. This was just my experience today at the dog park, something I just wanted to talk about and get off my chest because it kind of made me really mad. And like just address that in no way, shape, or form is it okay to threaten to report another person's dog unless it is a serious altercation. Because the thing is when it comes to dogs here in the States or wherever you are, it is very easy for a dog to be deemed put down and to be put down, when in reality what needs to happen is the dog needs to be trained. There are so many dogs out there who are deemed aggressive dogs and aggressive breeds, and I don't enjoy when people blame the dog when it's actually the actions of the owner. Like, you should understand your dog well enough to know, hey, this needs to be trained, this needs to be unlearned, this needs to be stopped, this needs to be done, so that my dog isn't seen as an aggressive breed or an aggressive this. Also, I'm so tired of the word aggressive. I'm so over it. Because dogs are not aggressive. These are learned things that can be unlearned at any age, at any point in time, and no one should give up on a dog just because they feel like it's not, like it's bad or it's not right. Like, you shouldn't be a dog owner then. Like, just don't be a dog owner if you're not going to put in the work, put in the time, put in the effort, put in the training to work with, to learn, to grow, to understand your dogs. I'm just gonna stop now because I can rant all day about this. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for continuing to watch, to be a part of my channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as Phoenix decides to change spots. But yeah, give this video a thumbs up, and of course subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.